In my case, started filming, I could say that I started doing digital photography, if it was this time in 2005, I think it was. Well, now it's 2014, so that's 9 years of digital photography. And then add to that maybe a bit longer, but it's at least 9 years. Add to that the filming that I started to do really from 2006, but then by the end of 2006, that's 8 years worth of filming. Those 8 years have become a lot more vibrant in my memory than the period before was, even shortly after I was in that period, if you know what I mean. It didn't take me long after being in the Barcelona conference or the Malaga conference to have only a dim recollection of it. When I was in Barcelona, I could remember things that I'd seen back then. But in the meantime, remembering it when you're not there, that was really very difficult. So, and if I'd never gone back there, I would have probably just not been able to revive those memories, because you revive them by seeing them again. So that's why you do the photography, that's why you do the filming, and having them all put on YouTube, or putting them all together afterwards, categorizing them, sticking them together on YouTube, and maybe even answering comments on them, what have you, it means that you've got a record of what you've done. And you can look back on it, you can share it with people. I don't know whether people are necessarily, whether I'm necessarily going to have grandchildren that are going to be at all interested in it. Why should they be? Maybe they will be, maybe they won't, who knows. But certainly there seem to be a few people that are willing to share it, you know, mates and what have you, that will drop in and watch it. And certainly it's there. If people want to know anything about me, they can find out. If they don't, that's also fine. So, but it's there. It kind of rounds everything off that I've done nicely to have it actually there in the channel. And eventually it will be also in Hulaganov TV, properly classified out. This is an interesting image. Apart from telling you all this, it's also interesting to actually be showing you at the same time this Polish motorway. But also it's interesting to actually look at the weather conditions, because you can actually see rain falling from those clouds. So I know even now that in about within 1 minute from now I'm going to get rain fall down again, which could even be reasonably heavy because I can see it. But it won't last for long. It'll only last for about another 30 seconds or so from the time that I go through it. But you can actually see that rain falling. Can you see this on the camera? Hopefully you can. You can actually see the water coming down, falling down. So it's about to hit us in about 30, well, maybe longer than 30 seconds. Maybe it's difficult to judge because the distances mean that things look smaller when they're bigger. But and of course you can't. There's no accounting for the curvature of the road. But I think no, the road will still go under where where all that's falling. Oh, here it comes. Just the first bit is coming down, but it's going to get a tad heavier, and then it's just going to go away again. Unless of course the clouds stop spitting it out by the time I actually get there, which could actually happen, because it seems to be lightening up. Well, that just goes to show how changeable the weather is, doesn't it? Because actually in this bit there aren't any more bits where you can see it falling. You can see it falling over there now, but you can't see it falling actually a bit over the road. So it's just tiny amounts of it, just spitting, as my great grandmother used to say. It's nice and bright over that way. That's why I seem to have avoided it this time. Well, the weather's so changeable, it's really strange. It makes for a nice drive, while it's still daylight, I think, and while it's still well over, I mean, today it's 55.7 kilometres since leaving the house. Let's change to, let's change to miles. Don't want to change to miles, let's have 8 kilometres. Let's have, oh heck, I did a reset, I didn't mean to do that. Thankfully it's alright down there though. Yeah, I've put it up there, southwest we're going, 16 degrees centigrade. So that's the temperature, which is nothing much. It's been a lot higher than that. It's been up to 31. That's double from starting. If you take the freezing point as the axis, and then it's been twice as far from freezing. Obviously not from 0 degrees Kelvin. That's not the case. I'm not sure. I think that the whole difference in extreme between the coldest point on Earth weather-wise and the hottest that you'll find on Earth, temperature-wise, weather-wise, doesn't account for more than a very small part of the spectrum from 0 degrees Kelvin up to the point at which just about everything becomes a gas. It's an interesting thing. Physics and chemistry is an interesting thing, but I don't know it very well. Here we go. It's not far away from the sort of thing that would give you a flash flood. Okay. Anyway, that's what makes it interesting, isn't it? Have I really spoken for 32 minutes? I wanted to stop speaking after 17 minutes. It's gone another several more, but never mind. I'll break it up into smaller chunks, otherwise people are just going to turn off on me. Better stop now anyway, otherwise I won't have enough for later.